Following is a report of the closed session actions for this evening. One was a recommendation to appoint Diana Bajarma as interim vice president of student services, Berkeley City College, from the 20th of August 2015 through the 31st of December 2015, or until the position is filled on a regular basis, in an annualized figure of $142,296. 6 ayes, and we have 1 absent, and this will prevail through the balance of the report here. Recommendation to appoint Teresa Rowland as interim dean of academic pathways, workforce development, and student success, Berkeley City College, from the 19th of August 2015 through the 31st of December 2015, or until the position is filled on a regular basis, at an annualized figure of $131,350. Again, 6 ayes. Recommendation to appoint Leela Selhay as Vice President of Instruction at Laney College from 29 July through 30 June of 2017. So it's 29 July 2015 through the 30th of June 2017 at $153,242 annually. And that again was a unanimous vote of 6. Do we have any of the aforementioned in attendance tonight? Madam President, that concludes the closed session action items.
Thank you, Trustee Withrow. And the next item we have is the approval of the agenda. Do we have a motion for approval?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Trustee Bolina and seconded by Trustee Riley. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. The next item is the approval of the minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Trustee Bonilla, seconded by Trustee Riley. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. The next item is public communication. We have 1 speaker card.
Okay. We have the topic of PFT, Ed Jaramillo.
Good evening. Again, I'm Ed Jaramillo, President of Peralta Federation of Teachers. Welcome, Dr. Brown and trustees, college presidents, and chancellor. Again, I want to thank the Peralta District for signing the new contract and getting out the full-time paychecks. Thank you very much. And again, as far as we're working on the part-time paychecks, part-time retro. I know that's coming up. The latest is that will be coming out on hopefully mid-August. And of course, those are going to the retro checks to the part-timers, and many of them have been calling and hoping to get those checks. It's very important to them. The second item I would like to talk about is the Memorandum of Understanding between Peralta and Oakland Unified School District. This concerns a pilot project called for high school special admit classes. And PFT is happy that Peralta faculty will be teaching these classes and at the Oakland Unified School District. PFT is not opposing at this time, this new pilot program. However, we do share some concerns with the language between Peralta and the Oakland Unified School District. It's mostly concerning the representation by the PFT of faculty. And I've been involved the last couple days between PFT attorney Bob Bezemek and Peralta attorney Erica Curls Bartling, some negotiations on trying to shore up the language on this MOU to clarify and strengthen PFT's representation of faculty. So we're hoping that that's before the board tonight. We're also hoping that in the next few days, we can also continue to work on that language and come to agreement that satisfy all parties. But again, it's a pilot project for 18 months, and it involve our faculty teaching those programs at Oakland Unified. Again, it's called the Pilot Project for High School Special Admit Classes. Again, thank you very much, and have a good evening. Thank you.
Thanks, Ed. The next, do we have any other speaker cards? The next item on, the next item on our agenda is the Associated Student Government Reports. Anybody out there? Well, it is the end of the month. Oh, here we go.
Good evening. My name is Anita Johnson. I'm here from Merritt College. I am also a Chief Justice of the Associate of Merritt College. We have a strong council this semester. We've been taking leadership courses from our president, via president. Bawapa's been up there. We're excited, we're ready, we're willing, we're ready to get our elbows dirty. I was waiting on someone else, but just from my experience, I just want to let y'all know we have a strong council this semester. We're working with the different folks that's there as far as the different staff, as far as the classified. We're coming together as teamwork, so you're going to hear a lot of great things about Merritt. I'm looking up here. I don't see anything regarding Merritt College, but you will hear from us. We're coming strong, so please look out for Merritt College because we're going to put them back on the map, okay? So we're excited, and that's our president right here. She's doing great things with us. She's willing to work with us, so everybody's willing and ready to work together. So please look out for Merritt. And Miss Linda's been up there, so we appreciate your presence and stuff. So, and I apologize that I didn't say congratulations to the new chamber, the trustees, presidents of different schools and everything. I'm just excited. We're excited. So come check us out. We got a new building coming up and everything. So if you don't know about it, ask somebody. Merritt is going to be someone to reckon with this semester. So watch out, Laney. Watch out, Alameda. We coming for y'all. You know, we're going to work together, though. I mean, we're not, down to nobody. We're sister colleges, and we just want to put them back on the map. Okay? So we're excited. So
Thank you.
We thank you all for our leadership and showing us how to lead. Okay? So we appreciate you all.
Thank you so much.
Thank
You did
you.
a great job. The next item on the agenda is the Chancellor's report.
Madam President, members of the board, and members of the public, I was certainly ready to go cheer our colleges when they go play Solano Community College, but I'm not ready for the rivalry that I'm hearing, that I have to put to broker peace among our colleges will be a little bit tough. I would like to make a few comments this evening about the district response to the accreditation recommendations. And then at our meeting, first meeting in September, I'll be able to give you a thorough report in terms of what the district intends to do with the recommendations. The first thing is, from my vantage point, is that we are an educational entity, and we are entrusted to provide quality education and services to our community. And as such, we ought to be a living example of that quality. So that's something that I really expect. And and it needs to be reflected in anybody who comes to visit Peralta Community Colleges. Our processes and services ought to match the quality of education our students are receiving. Because I am sure that we all know that from an instruction standpoint, our institutions are doing really great work. Businesses, government agencies, auditors, and accreditation agencies, including SCCJC, should have full confidence in us that we can and will meet their expectations. My expectations and accountability is for us to meet or exceed the expectations anyone have for us. So that's my vision in terms of meeting the accreditation standards. The district will live up to the accreditation standards to minimize the college's chances of getting on accreditation sanctions. Furthermore, the district will provide the colleges the leadership necessary to support their adherence to accreditation standards, and this commitment includes appropriate trusteeship as well as any other support that we need to provide to our colleges. Secondly, I would like to share with you how excited I am to finally be able to be connecting to our community. Thanks to some assistance that I'm getting from Lanice Jones, I've been able to meet with several segments of our community, and every interaction that I've had has really been very exciting. Today was no exception when I went and visited with the mayor of Oakland. I went and wanted to really talk to the mayor about how we can work together. Little did I know that she had it all planned and already had some good things for us to do together. We will be sharing much more of that with you in the coming months. But what I want to share is that our community is really excited that the college district is reaching out to the community. Before the community asks to meet with us, we are asking to meet with the community. And that's a different feeling. They see us really as a group of community colleges that's about to make connections with the community and meeting the needs of the community and partnering with the community. So I'm very much excited about where we are. When the job was offered, people would ask me if I was excited to come to Peralta. I told them that I couldn't be excited because I needed to be focused. It was a way for me to deflate, to kind of dodge the question. But I have to tell you right now, I am very excited to be here. And a big part of it is the connections that I see we are making with the community. I know that connections with the colleges, connection with our faculty and staff is something natural. However, connection with the community and see how the community has embraced Peralta Community College District is really refreshing. How they love each and every one of our colleges and the expectations that they have for us, all of that makes me really excited. So with that, that concludes my remarks.
Thank you, Chancellor Laguerre, and we too are very glad that you're here and that you're reaching out to the community. I just saw that we had some students come in. Do we have any additional academic student? Yeah, I'm looking. Do we have any more academic student reports? Yes, and Trustee Riley has come down to greet our students.
Hi. Hello. My name is Brianna Rogers, and I am president-elect of Berkeley City College. Hey, Jeff. Good. And I think I'm just introducing myself, but I just want to say I'm excited to serve the term next year, this coming up school year. And we even have a ASBCC retreat scheduled for Monday, August 3rd and 4th at Berkeley City College with, graciously enough, former Senator Malik Banks. He is going to host a retreat for us just to kind of refresh or to get us used to what's going on and what to expect and what our expectations are for the school year. So all of except for 4 people are going to be attending. But yeah, so I'm excited about the retreat, and it's like a training. So I get to know what's expected of me, and we all get to know what's expected of us, and get to mingle with each other and form a bond before school starts. And so I'm looking forward to that. And what else? I'm excited about Paula Coyle. Paula. She's our new advisor at Berkeley City College. Good to see you, Debbie. And that's really it. This is going to be my second year at Berkeley City College, and I'm excited. I'm excited to lead, and I'm excited that I was elected president. Thank you.
Good afternoon, or good evening, ladies and gentlemen, Chancellor, Presidents, and Trustees. My name is Adrian Jackson. I'm a Senator student at Merritt College. And to piggyback off of what our Chief Justice said, we're having a retreat now for the ASMC. And in our retreat, we're learning to become unified as a group. We are learning who we are and talking to each other. We're learning how to listen as well as be speakers. One of the main points in that learning to listen is to not be thinking about what you want to say or not be thinking about what you have to do the next time or next few minutes, but to actually look the person in the eye and hear what they're saying. And so to us, that's important because as each one of us want to know, we want to be heard with what we say. We're also learning how to let people know who we are as opposed to what they see. A lot of times people make judgments on what they see as opposed to who you really are. So as a team, we're learning how to learn of each other so that we can be supportive, so we can uplift each other and make sure that we each have support within our group. We're also trying to unify the school. We've been working with the classified, we got a chance to talk to some of the classified and facilities, and we're trying to unify the students and the faculty as well as the staff, because we want the school to run smoothly. We want that we are at 100% as opposed to where we are. We looked at each other and we looked at ourselves and we identified our weaknesses and our strengths. And as we looked at our weaknesses, we realized that we have to improve. And so we want to be 100% in what we do and how we react and how we deal with things. And so this year, you will see us more. You will hear us more. Our school, our students at our school that we represent will know who we are. They will know that they have a voice and that they have a student government that will be there for them. And so we look forward to unifying our school. We look forward to unifying with the district. And we look forward to making a difference at Merritt College. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jackson. The next item on our agenda is the Board of Trustees reports. And we will start with Trustee Withrow.
Pass.
And Trustee Abuyan.
I have nothing to report at this moment.
Trustee Gonzalez-Yun.
I have nothing to report. Excuse me for stepping in late. I was consulting with legal counsel. And on item 22, I understand we've approved the agenda, but if we could pull that for discussion, I just want to make some brief comments before we actually make a vote on it.
Well, let's do this part, then come back. We'll come
Okay,
back.
thank you.
Trustee Bonilla?
So good evening, everyone. And again, thank you for coming out and sharing this meeting with us. So this past month, I was fortunate to have been invited to join the East Bay Advanced Manufacturing and Logistics Advisory Group, where I learned a lot more about the role of Peralta's Deputy Sector Navigator in the global trade and logistics sector. And this was really exciting because I think most of us keep asking, what are Deputy Sector Navigators? What do they do? And so for me, during my daytime role that most of you, I don't really speak about much, but is really connected to construction, the modernization of the port through construction, and then long-term warehouse and logistics sector. And so I have a vested interest. And so it was very fortunate that I was invited to come onto this advisory group where I actually met our Peralta Deputy Sector Navigator. And through that, and along with other business partners who are part of this advisory group, and through that, we scheduled a field trip. It was fun. I haven't been on a field trip in a long time, and drove out to Sacramento and And actually, that trip was really interesting because I met an instructor from the College of Alameda, Arthur Morgan, who is the instructor, he's warehouse instructor, which has a big focus on distribution centers. And so with that, we visited a distribution center, chain supply distribution center out in Sacramento. This was fascinating. We got to see the modernization of a warehouse, what it means to align kind of sector strategies along industry standards, what that means for our curriculum over at the Atlas program. So it was fascinating, and I look forward to participating, learning more, and being an active participant. And so I have to say that it was very, very exciting for us to have Peralta represented, not only as a trustee in terms of kind of policy and understanding what we're doing here in our role with community, but having an instructor and then someone from the district, from the deputy navigator perspective as well. So it was definitely a very positive experience, and we took it all the way out to Sacramento. So we definitely are reaching out into this regional partnership. And I look forward to lots more interactions of that type. So thank you. That's all I have.
Thank you, Trustee Bonilla, for your report, and thank you also for the expertise in that area that you bring to your governance role. Trustee Heish?
I would like to report that me and my colleague Adrian are convening a meeting to discuss the goals and the expectation of the PSC retreat. Also, we are searching for speakers for the PSC retreat, so anyone who is interested in speaking, please let me know. Thanks.
And we don't have Trustee Handy here right now. Trustee Riley? So we are going to take this opportunity to do something special. We have a resolution and a gift for our interim Vice Chancellor of Finance, who is leaving us only because we were unable to bar the doors without a fire citation. So we're going to do this now with, down in front of the dais, and I'll ask all the trustees to come down, and for the chancellor and the staff to come, because we all work together and rely on finance and all the college presidents. I think Susan Renee has touched just about everybody here, so we're all gonna come together and do this. Yeah, everybody wants a piece of me. Yeah, you want to? Up there, up there. Center stage. Let's go, folks. So I'm going to read this resolution, and it has words on it, but it'll in no way be able to exemplify how much we really appreciate Susan's work and support for Peralta. This is the Peralta Community College District Resolution honoring Susan Renee. Whereas the Peralta Community College District Board of Trustees strives to honor those providing distinguished service to the students, college, and community, and wishes to recognize the service of Suzanne Renee. Whereas Susan Renee has provided 6 years of dedicated service, beginning as a budget director at the Peralta Community College District Office, and then as interim Vice Chancellor of Finance and Administration. Whereas Susan Renee's loyalty and skills have made a major contribution in support of the work for a countless number of faculty and the educational goals achievement of students. Now therefore be it resolved that the Peralta Community College District Board of Trustees honors Suzanne Renee for exemplary service, loyalty, skills, and many accomplishments as a member of the Peralta Community College District staff. And that is signed by our Chancellor, Joël Laguerre.
Yeah, yes, I don't know all the kind words that we can say about you, because you really step up where we needed you the most. And you are leaving this district in much better shape than where you found it, from a financial standpoint. And a lot of times you didn't have other tools to make things happen. But because of your hard work, your intelligence, you made things happen. And because of your love for people, people worked for you, and they're excited about working for you. So congratulations, and you have our deepest gratitude for the work that you did for Peralta Community College District. Thank you. You're gonna-
Thank you. Yes, I can. So after our trustee board reports and right before the academic senate report, we want to just make one modification to the agenda. And that would be item 22. 22, we're going to pull from the agenda. And
Just for discussion, Madam President.
for discussion.
Thank you.
All right. So the next item we have is the academic senate report.
I have nothing to report.
All right, then we have presentations.
First, I'd like to thank the Board and the Chancellor for the opportunity to speak to you today. My name is Greg Valentine. I'm Director of Risk Management. I'd also like to thank the college presidents, vice chancellors, faculty, staff, students, and the Peralta community for your attention today. The goal of today is to provide you with a review, a performance review of the risk management programs. Our agenda, we'll take a look at our insurance procurement process and our historical trends. We'll take a look at claims management, both workers' compensation and liability claims, slip, trips, and falls, those types of claims. We'll look at the major components in our health and safety programs, the environmental programs, and also ergonomics, which is a proactive program to prevent workers' compensation claims. And then we'll also take a look at the history and the success that I'm proud to report for our emergency preparedness programs. Finally, we'll wrap up the agenda talking about next activities, strategic and both tactical needs. When risk management is working well, folks in the industry, other professionals and I say out of sight, out of mind. And I'm happy to report risk management is working well. Insurance procurement. So I just took a snapshot from 13 through 2015-16. As you can see, our insurance premiums ticked up over the 14-15 year by 4% and the 15-16 year by another 5%. So our insurance premiums are holding very flat, and this tends to align with the marketplace for our JPA, which is a public entity that is not in the business of making money on insurance. But as you can see with those insurance rates, the flattening of those insurance rates, if you look at our payroll year over year, payroll went up. And if you look at our FTES numbers, although they went down in 14-15, they're up in 15-16. So you can see that our exposure base, which is how our insurance premiums are calculated, have grown. So this also tells you behind the scenes that the performance of our program is doing very well. And we'll go into more detail. Workers' compensation. This is our long-term workers' compensation program. This handles employee injuries of all types, cumulative trauma, accidents, struck bys, those types of things, strains and sprains. As you can see, we've got a downward trend in claim frequency. We're happy to report. There are some health and safety programs that we think are vital in in creating this downward trend in claims. So all in all, between 2010 and 2014, we're down about 25% on claims. If you look at our total reserves, this means that from a financial perspective, which Susan knows very, very well, we have to book less reserves on the balance sheet. And beginning in 2011 and 2012, work from a comprehensive program to close claims, to tightly manage claims, to do multiple claim reviews per year has started to pay dividends in those past claim years by providing us with performance rebates. So the cumulative total on this slide of performance rebates is about $167,807. Also in 2011-12, I instituted a more aggressive return to work program, working with the business managers primarily and other deans and administrators who have direct reports who may have been involved in workers' compensation claims, to come up with strategies to look at what is permissible via the contract, of getting them back to work, getting them back in the flow of things in order to, get them healthy, wealthy, and wise, so to speak. And so our return to work savings is totaling about $75,234. These are numbers that are independent. These aren't risk management numbers. These come from verifiable third parties, primarily our claims management company. Finally, so that's a total savings of $243 over the years. There's one other important number to look at as well, and that's the $270,000, which is titled Total Reduction as of 2013. Every 2 years, we're required to do an actuarial report to look at our outstanding liabilities so that we make sure that when the auditors come in on an annual basis, we can provide them with the third-party backup independent verification of what that liability is. Well, this liability ties directly to that claim frequency trend of going down. So this $270,000 is really a savings on the balance sheet, and we hope that that is a long-term trend. It's also notable, and I'm very conservative in my numbers, that the 10 claims that aren't here year over year over year, or the 30 claims that aren't here, you could come up with an average claim claim severity number, maybe 15,000, maybe 17,000. These typically are cumulative trauma. You avoid knee injuries, you avoid back injuries, you avoid strains, and that can translate to significant dollars as well, savings for the district. General liability. This is an area where we try to be proactive. We've done a lot with respects to facilities maintenance and repairs, even though there's more work to be done in those areas, as we all know. But over the years 2010 to 2015, we've had about 6 slip and trip falls. These are accidents that may or may not have been preventable. But when you look at our total student population and you look at the number of visits or the number of visits to campus by students on an annualized basis, the number gets very large. And so you can see that the actual accident as a percentage of those campus visits is a very, very low number. Accidents, we do have some accidents from time to time. These tend to be hit by or struck bys. Medical emergency is one that I wanted to point out. That is a 911 ambulance service. On rare occasions, student, faculty, or someone may get hurt. And so we have the ability to call 911 right away and recover those expenses for the person involved from our insurance company up to a cap of $2,500. What that does for us is that removes the debate, the financial debate. If you may know, a student may or may not have health insurance, or someone may be concerned about the financial impact of taking an ambulance to the hospital. We don't want them to be concerned about that. We want them to go to the hospital. We want to be cautious. And so this is a very valuable service that we've taken advantage of on 4 different occasions. Settlement savings, these are the claims that I get involved with. They tend to be non-litigated claims, although sometimes they are litigated claims. And I will work with the legal counsel and mediations, and we have achieved some settlement savings here. Significant savings, but again, I'm very conservative, so I don't actually report a number. Health and safety programs, I just took a snapshot of 14-15. Hazardous waste disposal is approaching 7 tons. My department is in charge of coordinating that for all 4 colleges and the district. And we're looking at ways to save cost in this area. Although the waste disposal companies have been consolidating, and as they've consolidated, we're seeing pressure on rates. So we're keeping our eye very, very close on this area. Air quality testing. In general, we want to respond to any and all air quality issues right away. We don't debate, we don't haggle those issues. And so we've had 18 events that we've tested out, and generally they come back negative for any type of hazards or health concerns. Ergonomic requests, I alluded to that as one of our safety programs that helps lower your claim frequency numbers. 36 requests for ergonomics. This is cumulative trauma, helping someone sit right, maximize their productivity while they're at their desk. So this is a very valuable program. We rolled out a new water intrusion protocol in conjunction with General Services. This is when you've got a leak. As Jeff Heyman knows, his radio station flooded. So we've got a new protocol to make sure that we can remediate that space very, very quickly and avoid any long-term problems. OSHA inspections, we've had 6, and this is over a 3-year period. Happy to report OSHA has not found any violations in our safety program, and on 3 occasions we were given a 1A letter, which is no citation. So that's very notable as well. As you know, OSHA checks 46 different things within your safety program, and so being able to come out clean is very, very good. Emergency preparedness. So first I need to start with our methodology. When I came on board in 2009, our first plan was to centralize emergency preparedness, where it was run out of my office, where I developed all the protocols, the planning documents, and all of the assistance to support the colleges in their emergency preparedness efforts. We went through planning, and now we have moved to a decentralized model, where the colleges plan for their own drills and execute their own drills. And in fact, on the great shakeout we had on October 17th of this year, 2 colleges drilled on the same day. And we're increasing that complexity over time. Emergency preparedness flip charts for all classrooms and staff areas. Very happy to announce our newest addition to our flip charts, which is our active shooter, our lockdown and active shooter protocol. The template from this is downloaded from Homeland Security, and in partnership with Peralta Police, Alameda County Sheriff's Office, AC Transit, and the City of Alameda, we worked as a collaborative team to develop this protocol. I'm very, very proud of this. This is up in all classrooms, and this will help us with future plans and future drills. Training, approximately 300 plus employees have been trained. Recently, in 2014, we implemented online incident command system training. That way, faculty could take advantage of online training at their leisure. Generally, these courses are 4-6 hours in duration. So this is a very, very efficient and effective way of bringing everyone up to speed. Recently, after 18 months or so of lobbying and a lot of hard work by numbers of persons, including the PBIM Facilities Committee and the District-Wide Safety Committee, we have a new emergency notification system. So we're ready to roll that out, where notifications can go out district-wide in the event of an emergency. We can test those. We can test our lockdown protocols. So I'm very, very excited about this program. This is the best thing that has happened in emergency preparedness. In addition, after about 18 months or so of hard work by numbers of people, we have a new digital radio system. And so that's going to help us as well. Each college will have their own digital channel. We'll have an emergency channel. We'll have an interoperable channel. We'll have a channel to police services. And so now, because we learned from our drills that we didn't have a radio system that could manage 4 colleges during an emergency simultaneously. So we're very, very proud of that. Moving on, next actions, still a lot of work to do. We need to update all of our plans. We need to test our emergency notification system. Calvin, Madlock, and Dr. Carr are working on the implementation process. As soon as they've done the implementation process, we'll go into testing here in the fall, hopefully. We'll test our lockdown and active shooter protocol. And then we'll continuously increase our testing complexity as we get other tests under our belt. I've been working with the City of Oakland. It's interesting the Chancellor would mention the City of Oakland because I've been in talks with them for a mutual aid agreement. This is a win-win for the district, where Oakland would maybe use Laney's parking lot to deliver supplies to the community. We could benefit from that. It's a win-win. We're still in control, so that may be something that moves forward. And we're also been partnering with the Red Cross to do shelter services. Again, we're in control. It's a win-win, no downside risk, where they would actually come and help us manage shelter in the event of an emergency. During our planning events at all of the 4 colleges, we've understood that at any given point in time, our worst case scenario is we may have to house students for some number of days. Typically it's 72 hours. I like to think it's more like 96 hours. We know that the transportation infrastructure from USGS and the Association of Bay Area Governments shows us what underpasses and what overpasses will be affected in an event. So we know we're going to have significant numbers of students. I think at Laney we may have over 2,000 students if it's the day, you know, the perfect day of the week, and at other colleges and upwards of 1,000 to 1,500 students. So we need to procure more food and water and other supplies. We do have some. We've got some small amount of budget for that, but my budget has been cut by about 15% over the years. And so I've been working with Dr. Gravenberg and Finance, Susan Rennie, to identify additional funds so we can beef up our resources here as we move forward. Risk management program, we want to continue to expand our safety training. We've implemented a regular calendar so people can plan about safety training, new employee orientation, hazardous chemicals, which is required on an annualized basis, those types of training that regulatory agencies look at. We want to make sure that we are crossing our I's and dotting our T's, and so far OSHA has given us a blessing on that. So we want to continue to expand that. And then strategic risk management. Well, risk management is a combination. Certainly want to have a strategic vision, and then you've got tactical duties that you must execute. But we would like to expand that. Risk management from an enterprise perspective can add a lot of value to the organization. We'd like to look at that on a long-term basis. Also, finally, in wrapping up, I'd like to thank Dr. Gravenberg, Deputy Chancellor. I've been reporting to him for I don't know, several months now, and that's been a very, very effective relationship. I'm able to work and get things done quicker with his leadership. So I really do appreciate his leadership and guidance. Thank you very, very much. Any questions?
Thank you very much. That was a great report.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, excellent. I heard excellent. I have a couple of excellents up here. More than 2, few. The next item we have is the consent calendar. Do we have a motion to approve the consent calendar?
So moved.
So moved.
A second.
Second.
Okay.
Okay, we have 2 motions in 2 seconds.
So we got Withrow and
We've got,
Bonilla. Withrow and Bonilla.
okay, so trustee Withrow moved and trustee Bonilla second. All in favor?
Madam President, there's a speaker on item 24, which is part of the consent calendar here.
Then we shall call our speaker. We have the motion and a second, and we will
Thank you.
call our speaker
Would
for.
Preston Thomas come to the speaker podium? Preston Thomas? Here you go.
I seen him. Right.
Hi, how you doing? My name is Preston Thomas. I'm the Executive Director of College and Career Readiness with Oakland Unified School District. I'm speaking on item 24. First of all, I have to give props to Dr. Riley, which was my instructor when I was a teacher not so long ago. Anyway, so.
We won't talk about that.
Yeah, we
but-
won't.
But it's great to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you too.
You've grown since the last time I saw you.
Yeah, a little bit. More out than up, just. One of the things I'm here to talk about is a partnership between Oakland Unified School District and the Peralta Community College District. I was I've been a lifelong linked learning teacher, and actually with Vice Chancellor Orkin, when he was dean over at Laney, we started piloting some biotech programs and had our students. And I really latched on to the power that connecting our students with the community college and really thinking of building a robust K through 14 pipeline for students was really a powerful way to go. Peralta Community College is the #1 destination for Oakland Unified School District graduates. I think I've seen statistics up to about 63% of our students come and take classes at the 4 colleges. So building a robust pipeline and a partnership with you all is really, really powerful for us. I also want to say that, you know, when you look at research studies, kids that have early college access and experiences in early college, they do so much better in their post-secondary options down the road. And really excited to build this partnership. Wanted to say that, like, Oakland Unified School District, I mean, we've been doing a lot of this in little pieces, but we've really rearranged our organization to support this partnership. We have, and I don't know if Leslie is here yet, but we have an actual, somebody that's specifically targeting community college concurrent enrollment, which will be a point person for all of the colleges. So we're really building an infrastructure to support this because we really see this pilot as being the future of where Oakland Unified School District is going to go. And so I wanted to thank a few folks. Dr. Engel, who, I don't know where she went. There she is. But like, yeah, Dr. Engel, Erica Curls Bartling, and Suzanne Rennie. Amazing. This is your last day? That's great. Anyway, no, I just really, their team came together, and in a very short period of time, we were able to work together with Oakland Unified School District. And this will be going to the board in about 2 weeks for Oakland Unified School District. And so really looking forward to the partnership and super excited about the opportunity that this is going to bring for Oakland kids.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
And thank you, team. So we have a motion and a second for the consent calendar. And I'll call the question so we can now vote. That's for discussion. So all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. The next item that we have is our action calendar, and we have item number 22, which is consider approval of the license agreement between the Peralta Community College District, College of Alameda, and Tenacity Lacrosse Organization, Inc. We're going to have a motion and a second, and then open the matter for discussion. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
I second it.
Moved by Trustee Withrow, seconded by Trustee Riley. We'll have discussion now on this item. Trustee Gonzalez-Boone.
Thank you, Madam President. I pulled this item for just brief discussion because as I was looking at the contract, it's a contract basically for 20 years. It's challenging to figure out how you build a contract that then looks out 20 years, anticipates possible changes within the district, the infrastructure, et cetera. I've spoken with district legal counsel now about the proposed contract, and I'm not going to get into the details about it, but I've been assured that the chancellor will look into these provisions, make sure that the district is properly protected with a 20-year perspective going out, and that all parties to the agreement, in fact, are adequately noticed and protected on the thing. And with those assurances, I'm comfortable moving forward with this, and just so that we understand that what we're voting on is authorizing the chancellor to finish negotiating and executing the contract. We're not actually voting on this particular contract language. This is moving in the right direction. And by the way, I want to congratulate the College of Alameda for working with this community group to figure out something that really works for both the district and the colleges. So thank you. That's all I had. I have no objections.
Would you like to say something, Dr. Blake, regarding this?
Okay, good evening, President Brown and the trustees and Chancellor Laguerre. Trustee Nguyen, I appreciate your feedback and discussion, and we will work with the Chancellor to ensure that the district's interests are protected as well as those as the individuals we're entering into the agreement with. I would like to say this is an exciting opportunity for the College of Alameda, as it will make us the hub for lacrosse in the Bay Area and bring attention to young women entering into athletics and lacrosse. And that was the intent, because we're also partnering with Girls Inc. and some other organizations that are supporting growing women in athletics and non-traditional careers on the island of Alameda. And so we've worked a while with the organization and come up with other opportunities for them to work with the College of Alameda to do fundraising to support the college and students, graduating high school students in Alameda. So again, thank you for your consideration, and we will work to make sure that we're responsive to your concerns.
Thank you, Dr. Blake. And I'd just like to add that I am very pleased that the College of Alameda is pursuing this avenue, actually coached lacrosse, girls lacrosse, and had one of the first girls teams to start lacrosse in the Oakland Bay Area. And it's because of what it does for young girls, building their confidence, and the tenacity of lacrosse is a low pressure, just work hard and stay in the game. And that really helps our youth. And I think it's a great opportunity for kids to get scholarships. It's a great opportunity for girls to bond. It's a great opportunity for athletics and fitness and low impact life skills. So I'm really happy that you guys are doing this, and really pleased that our community college is partnering with the community. So thank you. And thank you, Chancellor Laguerre, for your leadership and your oversight of this issue. So is there any other comment on the item number 22?
Call the question.
We'll call the question and we'll take a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. That is the last item on our agenda, and we just have announcements. Trustee Gonzalez-Yuen?
Well, I was instructed by Trustee Riley to keep us here until 10, so I'm going to start reading the phone book. No, actually...
You're still my friend. What's your name?
Actually, I did want to, on behalf of Trustee Riley, point out that we're going to have a golf tournament for the Peralta College's foundation, and that's going to take place on Monday, October 5th. And you can go to the foundation website for details and just fork over your money right there. And I've gone a couple times, and believe me, I'm not a golfer, but I have a great time. I have a great time. I'm not a golfer, but so you should go. You'll learn to golf as poorly as I. The next regular board meeting will be held on September 8th, right here in the district office's boardroom. The board is in recess during the month of August. And so we'll see you back then. Of course, opening day will be, what's opening day here?
August 19th.
August 19th, so we'll see people before then, I'm sure. And for those of you who have not yet had a summer break, those of you on 11-month contracts or 12-month contracts, I hope you get at least a day or two off, Ms. Largent. All right, that was all I have.
Thank you very much, Trustee Gonzalez-Yuen. The meeting is adjourned.